Welcome, welcome, brothers and sisters. Hope everyone is well. I really do. What a morning I have had. So, the market, the bull run, is it here? Well, first of all, if you're new and you like what you're hearing, please consider subscribing. I'll leave the likes up to you. I'm not going to beg anyone for likes, but I would like some subscribers if you don't mind. Whatever you need, let me know. Here to answer. First things first, please stop listening to people in this crypto market that have been in it one cycle, or this is their first cycle, or they're 26, 27 years old. Nothing wrong with that. Being that, but do you really want to listen to someone who's really never been in the market? They've been in a little bit, and they're giving you price predictions and think they know it all. Also, people who, hi, Nay, ASD, welcome. Also, don't listen to people who are just in crypto and that's all they've ever been in. They only know crypto. I've been saying for years, it's macro related. It's not decoupled. Sure, there'll be exhaustion there in regards to buying and selling. If equities go down eventually, they might put some money into gold and Bitcoin and alts, which is happening now. Yet equities are coming back. So just be careful with that, right? Everyone's excited. They think the bull market is here or it's back, right? The bull market has never been here. We're at 150 billion volume. What's happening is ETFs are happening. They unloaded quite a bit, Nye and my brothers and sisters, and we have some inflow. We've had some good inflow. That's what drives up Bitcoin right now. And then we hit shorts and people covering their liquidations. And then some money floats into alts, but the volume is not there, retail's not there, it's just us. So that's a good thing. Meaning, what does it mean? It means you have plenty of time, like I've always been saying. I bought some more proppy when it dipped down to like 70 cents yesterday. Bought a lot of it. My average cost is way down. All it's got to do is go up 10 cents, I'm in the money. That's the power of DCAing. At one point, it was, my in was like 130 or something. Not anymore. Below a dollar. So it's all predicated, all it takes is Trump, blowing the whistle, and we get a little pain. But we are getting, it's all tariff related right now. That even more than Powell. But Powell has to be somewhat dovish. We had durable goods come out today, and it was what it was. Jobless claims, it was what it was. Nothing significant, right on the money. I was offered a VP role today of sales for the country. I'm debating it. Do I really want to jump ship? Who knows? But I will say to my brothers and sisters, if you are looking to make a change, which I'm not, because I would give up a lot of freedom. I wouldn't be able to do this if I took this role. Remember, the grass isn't always greener, even if it's money. They're offering me another 100K a year plus equity and, quite a bit. It's not all about the money. It's about the opportunity, and it's about your freedom as well. Hey, mate, Dexter, Jenny, Glossman, Santos. Hey. Hi, C90. So I'm sure a lot of you like what you're seeing. I like it. I'd rather see it like this slowly. I can't say Bitcoin is slowly going up, but it's now at a resting point, 93, 94, 92. That's what we want to see. The last thing we want to see is jump up to 100K. Once we do get to 100K, you will see some retail attention. You all know that. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you guys and gals are doing great. It's a beautiful day here in Illinois. Holy cow. First time I've ran without a jacket in, I don't know, since August, September, something like that. So it's a good feeling. Everything's a-blooming. It's starting. Just be careful of the EMAs, all that, technical analysis, just in my view, just my personal view. Don't get caught in that, in the EMAs and the gaps and everything. If you're a trader, sure. But otherwise, you have to wait and see. But there is nothing wrong, as I always say, accumulating. And I've been accumulating a bit. But because I haven't accumulated as a ton like I normally would over the last, 6 months, my dry powder has gone up significantly. I had a bunch already, but it's gone up like 20%. It's not like 20% of $100,000. It's much more. So I'm ready to allocate if needed. But I'm pretty heavy in the market. Are you guys? I know many of you are. I just caution you, be careful. Have your out and your ins before you make an entry. Meaning, have an idea where you'd like to sell it. Right? If you're a trader and in and out, I'm not the right channel for you. Definitely not. But you're going to see, and what is pretty clear, you'll have these little memes come up, which they have. They'll kind of lead the pack a little bit in the alts, some of them, and then they get sold off and into other things. So I'm curious if we get into a bull market or if we get into an excitable market, which momentum's picking up a little bit. If we can keep the orange man in check, and he's, in his meeting yesterday, it was not great. He contradicts himself within sentences. I'm going to fire Powell. No, I would never fire Powell. We're going to work very well with China. No, we don't need China. If they don't want to work with us, fine. The guy is a lunatic. And so he doesn't even remember the shit he says a minute ago. We can laugh at Biden being like that, but Trump is no different. He's just an obese man that looks stronger. That's all. Yet, when you're a liar, here's the thing about liars. And if you're a liar, you know this. Or if you've ever lied, which we all have, you know this. The worst thing about lying is you have to remember that lie. So try not to lie. Or if you're going to lie, write it down. You still have shadow. Yeah, I have shadow. I'm not buying it, though. I took a big killing on it. I could buy it at 11, 12, 13 cents. Maybe it's at 10 cents now. But it's got like 100K in volume. Here's the thing about shadow. It'll move fast. If the market gets going, it could move fast. It could be back at $1, no problem, just because of the circulating supply. But I got screwed on that. And they suck. Product is good, but their marketing team sucks. So you never even hear of them. They don't even market themselves. So that's one of my failures. There's many. But if things were going the way, they kept going, shadow would have been fine. And I had an opportunity, I don't know, when it popped up to $1, I don't know when it was, months ago, to get out. I didn't. We get sneak peeks. We get little teases in the market, as you guys know. And the funny thing is, I'm hearing Lark and other people questioning if we ever had a bull market. They don't listen to me at all. But they're finally saying, some of them, not Discover Crypto and the rest of those fools, but Lark and everyone, other people questioning if we were ever in a bull market. We just had little hills that we got up due to the ETFs. All the stuff I've said. I don't care. I'm not patting myself on the back. It's the truth as I see it. That we never were in a bull market. We just had ETF hype. We had some hype and then boom, back down. So I think it's interesting. I do like to be, everyone likes to be, has their ideas and their thoughts confirmed by other people. And not that I have a ton of respect for these folks, but I am human and I do like that. Because I truly believe that we never fully saw a bull market. It doesn't matter. We could get one, but not 150 billion volume. All it'll take, in my view, and I was right the last time, is get to 100K. Volume really pick up. The ETFs have to go nuts. Maybe this new, thing with Cantor and the rest of the folks will, I don't know how quick that's going to be coming together, trying to compete with strategy and buying a ton of Bitcoin. That'll help us. I just don't know how quick that's going to transpire. How are you? But nothing changes. Are you glad you didn't sell? Are you glad you didn't capitulate? I know so many people that did. And I don't think there was anything wrong with taking profits and buying back lower. But you have to look at the whole overall strategy. We're in this because we're patient. I don't think there's anyone that is more patient than crypto investors. We say we want a quick buck and many people come in there. That's not going to happen. Those are the people who capitulate and leave. People who stay for the long term, excuse the wind. We're stronger than any investor out there. Think about it. In equities, they don't do this. they capitulate. There's some long-term holders, but I mean, even Warren Buffett, he gets out and goes into cash, and there's nothing wrong with taking profits and buying back lower or just staying on the sidelines for a while. But the majority of us, especially on this channel, who have taken a beating, you're going to get what you deserve. In regards to if we get into a bull market, it's going to be worth the wait. I know I said this back in November, but nobody thought and could have predicted the tariff war or the Trump and Melania coin, right? No one could have predicted that crap. If that never happened, Bitcoin would be at 150K right now. I truly believe in between 130 and 150K. Will we get there? I have no idea. Don't listen to people saying, oh, my prediction for Bitcoin is still, by October, 150, 170K. Please don't listen to that shit. Nobody knows anyone gives you price predictions, they're crazy. Anyone who tells you where they want to get out or where they would like to sell, fine. But anyone who tells you this is when the market ends or it's a super cycle, they just don't know, brothers and sisters. They're just lying to you. They just want you to watch. So I caution you on buying a bunch of new projects. There's a lot of good ones there. Injective, Avalanche. I think AIOZ will have a leg up. Remember, when money comes in, if it comes in, it's going to go to so many things. There's even projects like XEN that I've had forever. It's killing it. But it tends to go up when the rest of the market isn't. A lot of things got cut off, unfortunately. Things are popping and then boom, more tariff news and it goes down. I believe you can't go wrong with the big boys. Chainlinks, Avalanche, Injective, XRP. I think XRP will, and these are not things that I believe will kill it. I don't think XRP is going to go to $10 or $20. If we get in a bull run and the SEC thing is finally done and all that and the money is flowing, yeah, I could see. I know I just talked about price predictions, but I own a ton of it, and where I'd like to sell is around $10. But the truth of the matter is, depending on where we're at in the cycle, if we're at $5 or $6 or $7 and I see shit going down, I'm out. What we can't do is get ahead of our skis and think it's going to last forever if we get into the thick of it. There's, I'll talk, these are not price predictions, but my outs on certain things if we get into a bull market where I'd like to be. Avalanche, $100, $150. Injective, around the same, $100. Now, this is predicated on, some enthusiasm on them and all that type of stuff. But a lot of these have such low token supply, it will take nothing for Injective to be back up at $20. Nothing. It'll take nothing for Proppy that gets no volume. 6 million, 7 million volume is big for Proppy. All it takes is, when I saw it go from 90 cents to $2, it was like 100 and some million volume because of the token supply. It goes up quick. My out is $10. AIOZ, a couple bucks. Cardano, I don't know, a couple bucks. I've had that forever. And remember, prices in your mind, I say you should know your out before you get in. It's all reliant on where we are in the market. If the market's going crazy and we're just getting into things, and my target's $2 and we blow through $2, you think I'm not selling it. But you can't get too greedy, otherwise, the rug gets pulled underneath you pretty quickly in this. So that's what do you have to do on that? You have to pay close attention continuously what's going on macro-wise, what Trump is doing. And that's where the other channels come into play. You got to have feeds on and, get news from someone. Just don't listen, don't fall into the utility news, right? Cardano has this new partnership. XRP has a new partnership with a bank that never moves price. What will move price? XRP SEC case. SEC comes out with an announcement that it's finally wrapped up and they've settled. That's not out yet. All we've heard is from the Ripple side. Now would be a nice time for that to settle. I could see if it's settled and SEC came out with something, $3 is my personal view because it was just there. It should take not that much effort to get there. But as you see, they've had tremendous amount of volume, but it doesn't move. Why? Because there's a ton of sellers. You don't think Ripple's selling on us? Yes. That's how they, do business. That's how they stay afloat. That's their profitability, is selling their supply on us. Not all of it goes to escrow. When you have billions and billions of shares, you got to stay afloat. You need 100 million here. Not that hard for them to, sell off 50 million to keep their, offices and doors open until things are settled. And then will they use XRP? Is it going to replace SWIFT? No, it's not. It has its, I was explaining to investment manager yesterday at soccer 2 days ago. He's very wealthy, does very well. He doesn't understand crypto. He owns ETFs. And he was saying how, people tell him he's got to buy XRP. Because I just don't understand what it does. I explained what it is. He gets that. Of course, he's a smart guy, very successful. He understands SWIFT and all that stuff. But the truth is, I said, utility, it's all speculation. Utility does not equal price appreciation. It does not. You can say Chainlink does this and that. It's the oracle of the Lord, and it's the only one that does what it does. Who gives? And you have to use it. Bullshit. It's being used, but is it really? These are all ideas. It's all speculation. We're in it for one. I'm in this for one reason and one reason only: to make a shitload of money. I also like the idea of being left alone and not being told what to do in regards to what I invest in, and like the government has. But that's has nothing to do with why I'm in it. I'm not some anarchist that plays completely outside of the system and says, you can't tell me what to do. I'm investing in this. And no, I'm in it to make a shitload of money, which I have, and which you guys are going to, if you haven't already. If you're in for decentralization and all that other jibber jabber, and this is going to do this, and XRP is going to change the world, and Cardano is going to be in Africa giving blockchain to all and banking to all these people who don't have banking, keep dreaming. Not being an asshole. I'm just saying it's maybe 10, 15 years from now it could, or maybe there's some other technology. Either way, blockchain is real. That is completely real. Is that my daughter? And that's going to, I think it's my daughter and her friend. That is going to happen, maybe. But the majority of these things know what you're in and know what you're getting into. Yes, so I'm going to have you hold on tight here because I'm going to say hi to my daughter. How y'all doing? That was a good one. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm doing a video. I'm keeping you off of it. Okay.
Doing a video?
Yeah, well.
A live stream?
Live stream.
Wait, you live stream your runs?
Off after my run. Yeah, I do. I do crypto.
Oh, yeah, I followed your YouTube. She was showing me.
Yeah,
I'm in crypto, but not making any money right now, but we're on it.
Now's the time. But you don't want to, don't go, just call me. I'll help you.
Okay.
You don't want to be embarrassed on my channel.
Okay. Yeah, I probably would be,
I would be embarrassed.
Okay, I'll definitely hit you up about because I invested in, I got XRP, Doge.
Okay.
That was when I was really my dad was like, get him, but my dad doesn't really know what he's doing. But XRP, Doge, what else? Stellar.
Okay, Stellar's a competitor at XRP.
Yeah, Stellar.
The people who started Stellar used to be at XRP.
Okay. I have a few more, but I don't know what they're
I'll help you.
Okay.
You guys enjoy.
Okay.
I'll see ya.
Good.
I kept you off.
Okay.
See ya. Bye. You like that C90? It's one of my daughter's friends. It's crypto is life. You like that one? As you can tell, these are my videos. This is how I do it. So anyways, back to the guy who I was educating. It's all speculation. Doesn't mean you can't make a shitload of money. And he's having a rough time just because of the tariffs every day. He has his own group and everything. He does very well. He's not a trader. He's a holder. He has customers. But so many people have no idea about crypto. Is it your job to educate them? No. Like you just saw, my daughter's friend there. She doesn't have a clue. Her dad doesn't have a clue yet. They bought XRP. They bought Stellar. They bought Doge, whatever the hell else she said she bought. Those are the people you want to help. If you have to convince someone to do it, fuck, don't do it. They'll hate you forever when we get, I had so many people calling me when we were at 100, 105K going, I'm in, I got 50 grand. What do I do? What do I buy? I'm like, fuck you. Get on my channel if you want to know. I'm not going to be in charge of telling you what to buy. Right? I mean, that's, the last thing you want to do is have your father-in-law jump in on something and lose his money. When I was a trader back in the day, equities and all that, 100 years ago, my father-in-law gave me like 20 grand. We're up like 70 grand on it. I was doing like these interesting stocks. Market got killed. He ended up losing 10 grand because .com bubble busted, maybe before a lot of your times. You don't want that on your conscience. So you do you. Let people follow if they want. Let them do their own research. Give them all BitBoy. Turn them all on to BitBoy and they'll do fine. Just missing some Cardano and Litecoin there. I remember when I bought Litecoin. Actually, I bought Ethereum Classic back in the day before I bought Ethereum. I made good money on it. I actually thought back in the day, I'm like, oh, it's not quite a dead chain yet, and Charles was still working with it. And I'm like, it may have an option, And here's the deal about Ethereum Classic, as you guys know, if Ethereum gets to $5,000-$6,000, I don't know if it will, but if it does, let's go walk back this way. If it does get there, and you have new people coming in, guess what they're going to buy? They're not buying Ethereum at 5K. They're buying Ethereum Classic because it says Ethereum Classic. They don't know any better. It says Ethereum. And then and it's cheap. So they'll buy it. The truth of the matter is they'll make money on it. Not because it has utility. Not because it's not dead. It's because it says Ethereum. And things, even though they are dead, doesn't mean they don't move. I don't believe in horseback riding. For the BitBoy Bootcamp, they're going to be enrolled for jail. It's actually the BitBoy Butt Camp, which is where he's getting it right now. Boom, 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 boom. Haven't heard from that boy at all. He must wonder what's going on with him. I do have to say, we all have morbid fascination that we want to know what's going on. C90 might just be you and me here. There's not a ton for me to say. What can I say? I hope you're well. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're still on the train to health and wellness. For all of you who I know, at least 50 or 70 of you will watch this later. Hope you find some truth within it. I'm not exactly telling you what to buy. I won't do that. But I'm happy to answer any questions. Bottom line is this with the market, just keep an eye on it. You have to. And there's no issue in buying, just never FOMO in. And if you have 10,000 to invest, never go all in. You inch your way in. If you have less than that, you inch your way in more. But if, let's say you have 1,000 or 2,000, do not over diversify yourself. You will not make money. Maybe one of them will hit, but $100 in something is not going to get you to where you want to be. So do what you need to do to get dry powder. Don't do what TJ's doing and selling cars and selling his houses to buy Bitcoin and all that. That's crazy. He can do it. He's got the money. He has all BitBoys crypto anyways and everything else. But you be careful, because as fast as things go up, they go down way faster. You know, it's reversed to like losing and gaining weight. It's a bitch to lose weight. It takes a while, yet you can gain it all back in a month. You can lose 30 pounds in like 5 months if you do it hardcore, maybe even less if you do it really hardcore. Take you a month, 2 months at the most to put it back on if you do all the wrong, fall into your old habits. Reverse to crypto. It takes a bit for the market to go up. Doesn't take a bit for Bitcoin, but there is, you know, I'm against TA and all that stuff for holding, but there is resistance and support. But as fast as it may go up, and it could go up fast, especially in a bull market or an alt season, which we have not had and we may not have, it goes up extremely quick. Especially something that like a Quant or Aave that has very low circulating supply, that can move extremely quick. What is that? What else does that mean? When people start selling, it is a stream. There's no, you know, a waterfall. There's no stopping a waterfall, and there's no stopping the selling. We've seen it, right? We saw take Shadow. Someone asked me about Shadow earlier. Hi, Kill. Something could go from $1.30 to 10 cents. Pretty damn easy, and within a few months. That's what Shadow did. That's what AIOZ, $1.40 down to 20 some cents. Let's see here. I think he's still in jail, no bond since. Really? He's seriously in jail still? That long? Holy fudge. My normie friends haven't put in more than 2K. My circle of friends of normal folks to other VPs, and not one person has put in more than 2K. And yeah, people around me are broke. Yeah, no doubt. Well, you're the king. You're the piper in the village. You should be playing the flute, and people should be following you. But the last thing you want to do if they don't have the money, as you know, is lose their money, or you know, have them regret listening to you. So good call. You don't need that on your conscience. There is zero reason for people to buy BTC at 94K. I agree. Major resistance, everyone calling for the pump. It means it's going down. It certainly could. ETFs will buy. I'm not buying. Yeah, I mean, we don't want to go up fast anyways. If it goes down, it goes down. But here's the problem. You know, we go down to 92, 91. You know, we had a very light sell-off yesterday. Retracement. A lot of it had to do with Trump's back and forth, as I said. You know, one second we're going to work with China. It's going to be very good. We're very good friends. What a horrible imitation, but. And then the next breath, we don't need them. Yeah, if they want to work with us, great. If not, we don't need them. That's what happens when you have a psycho leading the world. We will go back to 80K. At least what you think. We certainly could. I don't know where we're going. Absolutely, no one does. But we all have opinions, and I'm not one to project where we're going to go short term, because I truly don't know. And nobody does. We certainly could go to 80K or 100K, right? I don't know which we're going to see first. I was listening to Discover Crypto when I was running a little bit, talking about we'll never see 80K again, or whatever they're saying. Because if we go to 150, they don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, but we just went down to 76K, so if we go up from here, we'll never go back down to there. Nobody knows. I could tell you this, in a serious bear market, we could easily go to 30K, easily. Because why? The ETFs will sell off. Shit will sell off. They'll take profits. They'll buy it again. And so will you guys. After this bull market, when we get into it, and you guys have millions of dollars in your pocket, what you're going to do in the bear market is buy a shitload of Bitcoin when you bottom. Maybe it's 20K, maybe it's 30K, maybe it's 40K. And call it a day. Here is the great thing if we get into a bull market, at least with my portfolio, and I know C90 and many of yours. You have long-term now capital gains tax on it, not short-term. That's significant. That's the one blessing out of this. Excuse my out-of-breathness. going way uphill. Meaning, your taxable events could be a lot cheaper for you. Hallelujah. Because we've had such a gap in pleasantries in the market, that's where we're at. A lot of yours have been, I look at my portfolio, I'm like, holy shit, I bought that over a year ago. Over a year ago. That's wonderful. Some of them are, 7 years ago. XRP, all this other shit. AIOZ, blah, 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 blah. ADA, like 5 years ago. This is the last time I bought it. Like 30 cents or something. Hello, Crypto Homes. M2 global supply is increasing. Yes, it is, massively. This money will eventually find its way. Yes, it will. Hi, Rich. I'm still in short-term gains. Yeah, well, you have time. A lot of mine are short-term as well. I mean, there's shit I bought this week. I've been buying Proppy. I first bought Proppy over a year ago, and I bought it now. So some of it will be short-term, some of it will be long-term by the time you sell. And here's the deal. Don't do what I've done in the past where I don't sell because of short-term gains, capital gains. Like it's December or it's November and I don't sell, and then next thing you know, we're in a bear market. Don't let that stop you from taking your profits, please. Even if you're just getting your money out and making a little profit after taxes and, fees and all that good stuff. Don't let that stop you. That's how you'll lose. Trust me. That's how I've lost. But actually, I haven't lost because I didn't sell in the loss. You only lose when you sell. A year goes by faster than you think. We're already almost in May. I'm going to be 53 next month. It goes by fast. The Orange Man was just elected. Fucking January. 4 months, almost 5 months. That is time. It's one thing you can't get back is time. Spend it and use it wisely. All those Moonwell buys under 18 are looking great. Yeah, I bought more Moonwell. I'm at, a few hundred K now. And I'm done with that. I wanted to buy more because I think it'll do fine. I just don't know where it'll go. I just don't know. I don't know what the narrative would be. The one I was really looking at, definitely not Stacks, which I got out of, and I also got out of Arrow in July. Zero. I was looking to buy Arrow again, but the narrative is going to be so different. Arrow could easily get back to $1, no problem. But I have too many projects. And all my memes are in the dumpster, like this one. And that's okay. A lot, my portfolio this week has gone up significantly, and some things are waking up, as you guys see in your portfolios, but we just keep calm, and please just keep accumulating side money, whatever you got to do. Don't be stupid. Don't take out a loan or anything like that, but don't get that expensive bottle of whiskey. Or if you drink all, every weekend or something like that, give it a month or two off. Your health will thank you, and so will your pocketbook. If you're spending $100 on Starbucks a month, stop. Give it a couple months. Buy some cheap ass coffee or something like that. Get a couple $100. Throw it into something that that's a risk coin. You don't want to throw that into Avalanche or anything, but maybe something a little more risky. Something stupid like Turbo or Bonk or something like that you can triple or quadruple your money possibly. ZBEC Network, ZBCN. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm done with the new projects. That is long done. And I look at the ones that I bought, like a lot of dumb ones, Turbo and Degen and Vara and so many. I'm heavy on Velodrone. I almost bought more Velodrone, but I'm like, no. I don't like their tokenomics, but that's one. I just got to wait and see. Cody I like a lot, and I think it'll do fine if we get into, could be at 21 cents, no problem. It likes that place. It likes between 17 cents and 21 cents. But we need a lot happening for that to happen. I'm aware of that. I've been buying. Yeah, dude, don't tell me about SEI, guys. SEI. I love it. I have so much of it. I should be buying so much of it right here, Rich. I just can't. I don't know why. I should. It'll bring down my average. I have so much of it. Yeah, it's 60 cents. I think my average I think is 60 or 67, something like that. I bought so much of it. So I really should be buying a ton of it. I don't have total trust yet in where we're at in the market at all. That's why I'm not. I'm being choosy. I know Proppy will be fine. I know, that's why I'm not buying Shadow. It's just when I see 200K, 100K volume, I can't do it. But say I should be buying a lot here. I could bring down my average cost to 30 cents in no time, but I got a lot. I'm sitting on a lot of cash ready to be deployed if I need to. Right now, I'm heavily in the market like all of you are, so I'm waiting. I do not think buying Say here is a bad idea at all. I'm just too heavy into it. And, you can only do so much to bring down your average cost on so many projects. When you have like 47 or 48 like I do, you got to pick your battles. I actually bought some, I think I did buy a few shitty ones. Yeah, like TrueFi. I brought down my cost on that. Suku, shitty projects. But I think TrueFi I'll do fine on. But I was buying that and like Suku at like 9 cents, 8 cents. It got destroyed. The volume got destroyed. So, any questions? I'm expecting a call. Do you guys have anything? If you're new, thank you, Rich. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. My brothers and sisters, it's so good to see you. So good, so beautiful out. It's beautiful out. The market is okay. I don't know where it's at right now, to be honest with you. I didn't plan on going live, but let's hope it lasts. Let's see what happens. Let's see. I've been trying different vegan recipes. Oh yeah? Such as? I like that. Impossible Foods just came out with an awesome steak tips. Those are freaking amazing. They're not healthy, but I'm the healthiest vegan in the family. And some of my older ones are leaning towards vegetarian now, which is frustrating to me, but it's their life. They're not under my control. I'm just not buying that for them. I can't control what other people do. Unfortunately, I gotta just take care of myself and hope to lead by example. But garlic, cabbage, oh, I love that. My wife made an incredible stir fry last night with that. And Trader Joe's, I don't know if you have one by you, they have these tofu sheets that are unreal. It's the skin of tofu. You can make it, if you make your own tofu. We don't do that. We've done it. But tofu sheets are incredible. So many good things. The vegan lifestyle is one I love. I feel good, even though I've been eating some junk food lately. And I'm feeling it. I'm short, so I feel it, man, when I eat like shit. There's, with Easter and everything like that, my wife made a ton of sweets. You wouldn't even know they were vegan. They just don't have dairy in it. But there's dairy replacements. Even my daughter, my 16-year-old friends, who she brings cookies and everything to, they can't believe how good they are. Nobody knows. But you got to be a good cook to be able to do that. It took her years. Chimichurri, yes. Nice. Who makes that? Yeah, so like I said, Impossible has these new ones. Beyond Steak Tips are amazing. They're in a bag. They're expensive, but they're freaking awesome. I'll make burritos out of that. Oh my God, you wouldn't even know. It's so good. If you have a Trader Joe's, get their vegan bulgogi in the freezer section. It's the shit. Beyond, oh yeah, baby. Such good stuff. Turbo pumping again. It is. Yeah, I was tempted. Crypto Homes. I was tempted to buy more the other day, but it was already up 50%. And the reason I was going to buy it was because it was listed on Coinbase, and I bought it immediately. So I think I'm in at like 1 cent or 2 cents. So I took an ass beating on that. But I almost bought some this week just to lower my cost, which I probably should have. But I'm trying not to buy memes. Even load up on the memes, even a Get Out. I don't love the tokenomics on that, but it's better than most memes. So, and it's on base, I believe, right? So hopefully that'll come back. But Turbo's definitely, all the memes are least of my worries. I have the littlest amount in memes, and I think I have 4 or 5. I think Floki, Bonk, I've had for a billion years. Turbo. Maybe there's one other one. I don't have Shibu or Doge or in at 0.52, almost in profit. There you go. Good job, Crypto Homes. That's what it's all about. It's all about profit, right? We're not in here to freaking sit on our asses forever. We're in here to make a freaking fortune. And we will. If we get back, if Trump behaves, all he has to do is like talk peacefully, make trade agreements, and we're golden. I mean, everything else is set in place. SEC. I mean, I don't need to tell you, right? The Treasury, all the shit, all the pro-crypto stuff. You know, who needs Elizabeth Warren? All that stuff is in place. It's just Trump. It's all on Trump. And Trump's not in here thinking about the market. He's just not. He doesn't care right now. I believe he cares more than he thinks because it will be his reputation. And, you know, even though he thinks it's Biden's fault for the market to be bad, right? That, which is crazy. It's all 100% Trump. I mean, I made a fortune under Biden. Not any thanks to him. It had nothing to do with Biden. It's just I just did. We all did, right? The market did well. It was overbought. But Trump has single-handedly destroyed it. Yet, if the market comes back, this is the biggest gift ever. Like I said, my 401k, I heavily maxed out the last couple months because why wouldn't you? And then I'll tailor off, right? I do 30 grand a year. That's the max I can do. My company matches me like 15. So I'm buying now because the prices are, come on, that is a gift. That is a gift. These crypto prices are painful. If we get into a bull market, it's a gift. But these equity prices are a freaking gift. If you're in 401ks or equities, it's a gift. 11 trillion taken out of the market, that is a gift. 1,000 point, 1,500 point slam in one day out, you know, that is a buying opportunity in equities. You know what I mean, brothers and sisters? Once again, I'll say, if you're new, subscribe. Hope you guys listened to the Downshift video I did the other day. I'm not sponsored by them. I just liked it. I don't like to get high or anything like that, but it was a very good alcohol alternative. But I'm a lightweight. The daughter who was just there, she has anxiety. She takes CBD, helps her. And she gets happy when she has one of those drinks, THC drinks. Good for her. No problem. She's at home. She doesn't drive. She doesn't drink alcohol, whatever. She doesn't smoke pot or anything. Life is stressful. We need to be happy. What makes you happy? People who say money does not make you happy, that's people who don't have money. And money is not the only thing that will make you happy. But it sure helps when you don't have to worry about payments. Or you don't have to worry when something breaks in your house, your air conditioner, and you're not like fretting over it or have to take a loan out or scared every time the air conditioner or heater comes on, or your car, starting your car, God forbid. You don't want those worries in your life. You want to be financially secure and mentally free. Hopefully we'll get there. Well, I am there, and my goal is to help you guys get there, and you all will be. Kelly Column. Oh shit, is that what Kelly? I haven't listened to him. Don't I have to have more of a raspy voice? Come on, guys. Downshift. Yeah, Downshift was, Rich, a video I did the other day on alcohol alternatives. It's a THC drink. I don't smoke pot or anything like that, but it needs some type of chill in my life. I've been poison-free for 2 years. Won't ever drink again, but it was one that I picked up in Iowa. They don't sell them in Illinois. They're awesome. Yeah, I did a short video the other day. I think I called it like the best alcohol alternative. It's killer. If you like that, you know, I had one where I drank the whole thing. I think 4 milligrams, way too much. But I didn't feel paranoid. That's why I don't smoke or anything like that, because I would feel paranoid. It's been decades. But this chills me out. I sleep like a baby. I gave a couple to my dad. I got to get his review on it. But yeah, I want to be able to help people if they want an alternative to alcohol or something to stop drinking less, but yet they want to still feel chilled. Those downshifts do that. And there's a ton out there that do. I just don't like to feel high. I want to feel chilled. Walking my dogs makes me happy. There you go. Yes, I got a couple myself. Nothing wrong with that. Life makes me happy. Trails. Those prices are it's sober 8 years. That a boy, Rich. Good for you. Good for you. Yes, I don't miss drinking at all. Yeah, I guess I did sound like Kelly. I can't listen to that guy, but it is true. I don't say crypto is a gift. I don't like when we duck down like this. Like Digital Asset News always says, "Oh, I don't know about you, but this is an opportunity." Hell no. We've been waiting long enough. This was a horrible thing for us to go down like this. Bear markets are not fun, right? When you bought at highs or you bought and you're just waiting around for the market to turn, that is not a gift. If you're a long-term investor in the 401ks, this is a gift. If you're a continuous investor in 401ks, absolute gift. Not if you're taking out a 401k right now, or you want to start taking out in 4 years.